April 11. It's so great that you could join me. Grab a coffee and let's get smarter together. When we are born, all we got is tons of incoming data from all our senses. In the next month and years, we learn to filter them for importance for our survival and sort them into coarse groups and concepts. That's how colors and angles, for example, turn into faces and people or dogs, apples, cars, but also containers with an inside and outside and a border. Imagine creating a video game world and then cutting yourself from the tapestry. That's what we do in our very first months. How this world and we are laid out, what the 2% of data from the multitude available at any given moment are that make it to our conscious thought. It all depends on the circumstances we are in during the creation process. And when we never reach the self-authoring stage, and that's true for 85% of everyone living on the planet right now, that's it. That's our wiring for life. That's why early childhood education is so important in our world today. And it's why what happened in Uruk in the 4th century BC was so course-setting. Standardization encourages us to remain on the stage of a social self because standardization is the equivalent of an opinion assimilated from the group mind in material or conceptual form. We have no use anymore for rational agency, for understanding that stuff is true and false independently to what other people believe. Because the standard is the truth. And without this understanding of basically that humans can believe in wrong things to be true, there's almost no way to the realization that the reason why this happens is that we personally generate our world and our identity, our reality, in a way that benefits us, our survival. And what we generate we can alter to fit the changing circumstances, create different perspectives on the same things to better problem solve. Standardization, therefore, is a path to becoming more exploiter than explorer. It's a path to mental health problems too, because we neglect that we are a multicellular organism living as a holobiont with millions of bacteria. Every cell with a goal, means to communicate, and something to say all the time. At the same time, the constant jubilees in Mesopotamia, the annual cancellation of all private debts and the restoration of the farming rights to ancestral lands in spring showed that people back then still believed in exploring over exploiting. Or, as Hammurabi in 1761 BC put it, so that the strong might not oppress the weak. Everyone had still the right to explore and fail, since the social network shared what it was able to discover because of the permission structure to explore and fail. This belief was the lens thought with which people still created their reality. Exploration over exploitation, because it's beneficial for all, even though the benefit of inner exploration was eliminated in Mesopotamia already. About 1,000 years down the road, though, the lens thought with which people created their reality had been reversed, put on its head completely. Human life now seemed like something that could be reduced to a matter of means to end calculation, and hence something that could be examined using the same means that one uses to study the attraction and repulsion of celestial bodies. Basically, unchanging rocks. That's what Pythagoras said when he proclaimed that mathematical ratios were the key to understanding the nature of the universe, and that all things were ultimately composed of numbers. That's what the underlying idea is when you form secret societies or charge a fortune for education, to share this understanding, debating, purging, and excommunicating one another in the process. It shows that you put your emphasis on exploiting, not exploring, and in such a reality, sharing is antithetical. Since cognition is embodied, this represented a complete rewiring of a brain. Against what nature teaches us about what is really beneficial for humans. How? Why? Well, story continues with Alexander the Great after a short detour to the Pacific Northwest. Tomorrow, come back and you will hear it. For now, drink your coffee and go exploring, also known as think. Make a habit out of thinking. Let's turn thinking into movement. It's our birthright. Like, comment, share, and follow lest you miss a single opportunity to improve yourself and society. Thank you for gifting me with a few minutes of your most precious, your lifetime. I'm really grateful.